Hey guys, we're gonna give this a shot. I've talked about this in Instagram post. Basically, the difference between stocks and options and how you can profit more from a stock acquisition strategy by going through options as opposed to stock. And the option or the stock that I actually proposed was First Republic because the whole banking industry has a lot of risk right now, and there's a lot of premiums involved. So I'm going to show you kind of an extreme example what's out there in the market, where you guys can see right here, this is just a paper trading account, but with E-Trade, and you see this is Tuesday, April 11th. You see First Republic is trading at $14.13. So basically what you can do with, we said in the group basically that you're going to start out with 100 grand. And so I put over here, let's say if we, First Republic today or tomorrow goes down to 14 bucks, and that's our entry point, and that'll make it just a round figure to make this easier to understand. But if I was going to start out with 100 grand, you guys see I made a little chart, you would buy 7,100 shares of stock with First Republic at $14, you can see here, and that would equate to 99,400, so just under. So we're gonna do a round figures because options, if you're not familiar with options, each option represents 100 shares of stock. So if you're, in the future, just know that it's not one share, it represents 100. So here it is, right? If I was just going to do a paper trade and buying the stock, you guys, just to verify so you guys can see, if I buy 7,100 shares at $14, right, 99,400, you can see right here. So that would be one way. That's basically your general investor. That's how they're going to structure the trade, right? We're going to show you options if you're not familiar. So right here, this is what an options table looks like. Right here is the price, obviously the stock, everything's a derivative off of the price. So your strikes, this is basically price points of the stock. And right here above, you'll see different dates. These are expiration dates. So you can go all the way out to July 24, I'm not going to get into it, but it's what's called a leap if you're buying a call on that. And basically similar to stock representation, where you can buy long expiration dates and it gives you time to get your desired result. But we're just going to stick with these a little bit more short term because I talked about 3 and 6 months, kind of the benefit of going with the option versus stock. So this one right here, just so you guys know, all stock options expire on Friday unless there's a holiday, then it's the previous day. And so if you're doing it from a stock acquisition strategy, at the close bell Friday is when basically the expiration happens if your option expires that week. And then if you're going from a stock acquisition strategy, you would see those shares in your account on Saturday. So that's how it works. This side right here, so you guys know, is call options. This is put options, and bid ask, you see right here, that's just the spread, that's the market maker. So like you'll see the last trade was at $1.36 here. It was basically in between these. You'll see we're just going to go on the sell side. So we're just going to go basically like an instant, like we would get an instant liquidity right there if we're going within the market. So again, 100 shares, one option. So we know if we buy 7,100 shares right now at 14 bucks, 99,400. From an option strategy to acquire stock, you could go, the way to do this, you'd have to put funds in your account. This is just a paper trading account as if you're buying it. So you would need, let's say if you're going to buy that stock, you put 99,400 or more, you purchase stock. Same scenario essentially for options if you want to buy the stock, what we're going to put on is what's called the naked put, which we're selling a put. And if we're doing that, we get paid this amount right here. So if we do it at 14, so this is a 14 strike is what we're saying. We're buying the stock. Same thing with the option. And for making, essentially is what it's doing is I'm making a promise at $14, I'm going to be buying First Republic. And for doing that, I get paid 45 cents a share. So the way it works is if First Republic stays at 14 or below, then I'm obligated to buy it at 14. If it stays above 14, I get paid this premium and I don't have to buy the stock. So that's how it works. It's just so you guys see, if I was going to do this structure, how much I get paid. If it's 71 options like we talked about at a 14 strike, which this expiration date's in 3 days, so Friday. So just for 3 days, I'm making a promise to buy it at 14. We're going to buy it at 14 anyways. Let's just do it at the bid price so we know we get instantly called out. So right here you can see what I get paid. So for making that promise, I get paid $3,195. So I'm gonna put this right here as basically income from this. So you guys see that $31.95, 14. So let's say Friday comes around, it goes to 14 or a little bit below. We are assigned those 7,100 shares. So your stock purchase person has 7,100 shares. Your person that's using options now has 7,100 shares because that price was at 14 or below. So now, but for the options trader, they got paid $3,195, right? And the price of the stock is at 14. They both have, 7,100 shares now. And so that's essentially the benefit. We're already cut our costs or in profit, however you want to look at it. So that's the first part. Now that we have the stock, both the stock and the options trader have stock. Now the great thing about options is now we own it, we can sell a call against our position, which is called a covered call. And this is basically saying we're making another promise that we will sell First Republic. We're going to do one option. We're going to say it at $14 just because it's the round number again. We're going to say 2 weeks from now. So this will happen like we could do this every 2 weeks. We could do it every week. I'm just using the 2 week figure to make it simple. But it's going to give us $2.15 right here. You guys see that? So if I sell, basically this is a promise to sell all my stock at $14. And for doing that, I'm getting paid $2.15. You guys see here? And now what does that equate to? Right here, $15,265. That is at $2.15, expiration April 28th. And we're selling, right here, sell 71 contracts, which represents the full amount. So this is a very high premium. We're getting paid this up front. So I'll put this here. This is obviously an extreme example because if it goes, let's say with this option, if the price of First Republic went up to $14.50, we still have to sell it at 14 on April 28th. If it goes up to 16, 17, 20, we're locked in at 14. But for basically locking in at selling it at 14, we get $2.15. So it's essentially like selling it at $16.15 because we're adding the 14 plus the $2.15. Plus we also got paid $31.95 for buying it. So add these up right here and we're already got paid $18,460 just for 2 weeks of trades. So that part, I'm just going to go with 14 to show you guys an example. That's every 2 weeks. So if I go right here, 2 weeks is 17 days from now. So basically, let's say the stock stays at 14, never goes above it within those 2 weeks, $13.99 just stays and hovers and literally closes at $13.99, $14. And so that option never gets called out. So I get to keep all this $15,000, and I can go ahead and make that same trade, again, against my position. I still own my stock. Now I can sell a promise to sell it at 14 again for 2 weeks. So we're just saying that the premiums are really high right now. So we're giving an example. Let's say 2 more weeks comes around. If its premiums stay how they are now, it would be the same type of premiums that we would get. So 2 weeks from now, we would get another $2.15. So if I go right here and see here, now this is what represents 1 month. So a stock purchase, the stock's still at $14, right? As a stock owner, you're not in profit. As an options trader, you're already have your 7,100 shares, plus you got paid $33,725, and that's just 1 month. So now let's do another 2 weeks, another 2 weeks, another 2 weeks, another 2 weeks, another 2 weeks. So this is 1 month right here, 2 months, 3 months, basically it's like 3.5 months. You basically have a free trade if this were to stay the same, and it stayed, obviously if it stayed at 14, which is not likely to happen. But I'm just giving an example, like the benefits of it. Because another benefit is if you're wanting to sell, you want to get out of First Republic, you buy the stock, you just want to be in profit. You're locking in your profit each week at, $2.15. So you're bought it for 14, you're selling it for $16.15. So you already locked in your profit. If it goes above 14, above 16, you're good, you made money. If it stays at 14, you can just keep doing the trade over and over again. So that's one way. You can see about 3.5 months here is you would be a complete free trade, and you can look at it this way: you have $100,000 of stock still, or $99,400, and you're $110,000 in profit, or you have essentially like a free trade, a free 71,000 shares of stock, because you still have your stock. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete these right here. Now let's say, so that's like 3.5 months, right? So let's do the same scenario where we got here at 14, we're selling the put, right? Originally, so we're doing the 71. I don't know why I deleted the last one, but let's say 45 cents again, right? We're getting paid $31.95. You guys see that? Same type of trade. I'm just gonna do another contract with it. So I got paid. Now I have the stock. After Friday stays or goes below 14, stays at 14. Now I'm assigned 7,100 shares again. But now let's say we'll go ahead and sell it at $2 more. So let's make a promise to sell it at $16. So if the stock, First Republic, goes to 14, 15, 16, and then keeps fluctuating between 16 and 14 for 2 weeks, we're basically locking our profit to sell at $1.30 for this. So we go here, sell 71 contracts, we get paid $9,940. So I'm gonna copy this here, $9,940. So now again, same scenario, we can do this every 2 weeks, right? So if I go here and do this every 2 weeks, well, at what point do I get to? So this is month, you can see again, this is month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, right? Yep. So around 5 months, we're going to be basically a free trade again. If this were, and this is a promise to sell at 16. So I'm selling calls every week against my stock. If the price of the stock goes up to 25, we're locking it at 16. But for locking it at 16, we got paid up front $1.30 per share times 100 times the 71 options contracts. So after 5 months or so, we got paid $102,000. We keep our 7,100 shares of stock, where let's say after 5 months or after 6 months, First Republic, bounces around but goes back to $14. Your normal stock trader is still going to be at 99,400. Your options trader is going to have this amount in stock and this much in profit. So you're already up over 100 grand in 5 months just from selling covered calls against your position and then selling a put to acquire the stock. So hopefully that makes sense. This is just one example. You go a million different ways with this, but this is, when I teach this stuff, I always recommend going this route from a stock acquisition, selling a put, and then selling calls against, because you're ensuring you get stock at a lower price than you were going to buy it at, because you are already going to buy 100 grand worth of First Republic at 14. So you might as well get paid for it to make a promise and get that premium, where your risk is the same, less risk than a stock trader, because if you bought at 14 and First Republic went to 0, you're out 100 grand. If you bought an option at 14 and this stock went to 0 the next day, you still got paid up front. So your actually cost is lower. Like you actually got paid, so your cost is going to be lower for the stock still. So I always recommend this route. It doesn't make sense to go any other, especially if you're doing more than 100 shares of any stock. Hopefully this helped, and this is a good tool for you guys along your investing journey.